What is the role of Gary Payton II on the Golden State Warriors? Well, it's bigger than you think. After all, the Golden State Warriors are currently in the NBA Finals, and at the time of this writing are down 2-2 to the Boston Celtics, and Payton was out of their lineup due to an injury sustained in the playoffs. But he came back in Game 2 of the series and helped them win. If anyone knows the importance of this man, it's the Warriors, because the players begged the higher-ups to keep him, and the coach knew that they needed him when things looked down. And now, well, they need him more than ever. Number 4, pretty much my job. You might not have seen him a lot recently due to his injury, but make no mistake, Gary Payton II has been making an impact even when his team isn't doing its best during the playoffs and the regular season. For example, earlier in the season, a question tossed towards Stephen Curry after a Warriors 119-107 win over the Sacramento Kings was pointed. Yet he responded as if he was truly glad to hear it. He was asked if Gary Payton II's terrific performance in the victory exhibited the value of having the team fill its 15th and final roster spot. 1,000%, he said firmly a split second after the question was completed. Curry was among the veterans urging Warriors management to fill that spot, and the pleas intensified when the management waived 4 players, including veteran guards Avery Bradley and Payton, both of whom specialize in defense. Management during training camp never committed to signing a 15th player and actually considered opening the season without filling the vacancy. One less salary to pay. When Bradley signed with the Lakers, the Warriors coaching staff, teeth gritted and fingers crossed, hoped that Payton would not land elsewhere, and that management would relent. He remained available, and the Warriors pounced. Payton's work that game and during the season so far validated the team's desire to keep him. Coming off the bench, he played 17 minutes, contributing 10 points, 1 rebound, 1 steal, and generally a stellar defensive performance. It's not typical that the last man on an NBA bench, a 6'2" guard, makes a significant impact in the third game of the season. Curry laid out the assets that Payton brings, the on-ball defense, but also the movement and instincts he displays on offense, the crazy 6'8" wingspan, and the hops as Payton's first bucket was a transition dunk off of a Curry lob. Defensively, he gives us an edge, Curry said, and then he knocked down 2 threes, which was huge. If he's going to get open shots, he has to take them. We just want him to stay locked in, stay competitive, and stay focused on when this moment comes and show that he can do it. Getting irregular minutes can be a tough gig, but Payton, who has spent 6 years scratching and scrapping to earn a regular job in the NBA, prides himself on dedication. I've been doing it for a while now, and it's really my job is to stay ready at all times, he said. Just make sure I'm ready to do whatever I've got to do, to be ready as soon as I hear it's go time. I've been doing it for a while now, so it's pretty much my job. And that job of his led him to being a valuable part of the team, especially when the first 2 rounds of the playoffs came and they had to do some tough defense to get by. But getting by is what Payton is sadly known for, because it took him a while to find his home. Number 3, how he got to the NBA. Among Adam Desautel's responsibilities as an assistant coach at Westwind Preparatory Academy in Phoenix was helping players find spots at the next level. In September of 2011, that meant posting on Blogspot, where he published scouting reports, one of which included a proclamation. Desautel's would be surprised if this particular Westwind player was not named an All-League Defensive Player at least once in his collegiate career. When he talked to college coaches about this player, a defense-first, jump-out-of-the-gym combo guard, he could sense their hesitation. It was weird, he said, because the film spoke for itself, and as the player's English teacher, he didn't understand how anybody could meet the kid and not like him. Convincing the coaches to make the trip was like pulling teeth. To this day, Desautel's cannot explain why there was such little interest in Gary Payton II. You'd think the son of a Hall of Famer would be overhyped, not under-recruited. I couldn't even get the big sky to come look at Gary, he said. His name's Gary Payton and he's athletic, so 1, that means I'm a terrible salesperson, but 2, he wasn't really somebody that people took that seriously. Payton was 19 when he got to the Salt Lake Community College, 23 when he went undrafted out of Oregon State, and 29 when his 1-year contract with the Golden State Warriors was guaranteed last Monday. Until recently, he was on the fringes, playing in the G League and Summer League on 2 ways in 10 days, never finding a way to stick with one NBA team from training camp to Christmas. This past Christmas, Payton started in the marquee game, When Devin Booker neglected to box him out, he soared to the rim for a powerful putback, the kind of play that looks 1,000 times more impressive when the guy making it is 6'3". In the afterglow of Golden State's victory, Andy Liu, co-host of Light Years, a long-running Warriors podcast, changed his Twitter display name to Gary Payton II Stan account. "It's just an unforgettable season," Payton said on January 10th, the day that he officially kept his spot, just before the team plane departed for Memphis. "My first locked-in season guaranteed, and with this team, it's special guys on this team. The Warriors are indeed a special squad, and if Payton II can make them better, which he absolutely has, then that makes him an invaluable part of all that is going on." Number 2. Making his name. Payton has seen the Chase Center crowd give him a standing ovation and heard it chant his name. He has harassed opposing stars, from Chris Paul to Nikola Jokic, won a jump ball against the 6'11" Jonas Valanciunas, and dunked so hard he got headbutted and earned a new nickname. Young Glove is Payton approved, as are The Thief and GP2. He's little Gary to family, so don't even think about calling him The Mitten. He's hard to define, so the things that he does on the court have to be pretty special, Golden State assistants coach Ron Adams said, and he's carved out this niche that works for him and is extremely helpful to a team. Payton is proud of the fact that he broke out so close to turning 30. There is not an exact age when executives stop seeing you as a prospect, but it does happen. "They definitely look for younger guys to breed and make them their future," he said, "but if you think about it, I didn't really start playing basketball until my senior year of high school, so I don't have really that much wear and tear on me. I'm pretty athletic still, I can still move pretty quick." By his own admission, Gary Payton II has said that he is a late bloomer, and that probably led to why people weren't willing to take a chance on him despite being the son of the glove, a legendary NBA player who went up against Jordan and others during his time in the league. But right now with the Warriors, he has a chance to do something that his dad also did late in his career via the Miami Heat: win the title. Number 1. His importance. As noted earlier, right now the Warriors are down 2-1 against the Boston Celtics. Both losses they took were blowouts, and that means that now more than ever they need to win Game 4, and are likely to have to do it with a staunch defense, something that Payton is revered for. As a result of this, if he can prove his defensive prowess over the course of the next 2 to 4 games, he might not just be able to get a victory with the Warriors and get a title, but forever cement himself as a part of Warriors history. Only time will tell, though, what happens. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at Gary Payton II and how he is a vital part of the Golden State Warriors team and their attempt to win the NBA title once again? Are you surprised that this player, who was once just their 15th man, has become a key part of their winning strategy? Do you think that they're going to pay him big next season to ensure that he stays on their team? Let us know in the comments below, and we will see you next time on the channel.